Hello people, my name is Ferdy, and in this tutorial I will show you how you can create your own e-commerce store in 7 simple steps. Let me show you what we will cover in this tutorial. First we'll get web hosting and a free domain so you're officially online. Then we will install a pre-built web shop using WordPress and WooCommerce. It can look like this, or even like this. We'll customize the content so your store fits your brand perfectly. I will show you how to set up shipping rates that work automatically so you never have to stress about logistics. And yes, we'll add payment methods so customers can pay you instantly. You'll also learn to handle incoming orders like a pro. And finally, we'll cover how to add new products to your store in just a few clicks. When you follow all the steps in this tutorial, you will have your own automated e-commerce store and you can start selling products in your country or even in the whole wide world. Let me talk about 2 more practical things. In the description of this video I have timestamps, so if you want to go to a certain part in the tutorial, you can click on one of those timestamps and you go directly to that part of the tutorial. When I go to fast for you, you can go to the settings here at YouTube, playback speed, and slow down the speed of this tutorial. And if you want to go back a few seconds in the video, just hit the left arrow on your keyboard and you'll go back 5 seconds in the video. The first thing I want to show you is how you can be visible on the internet by getting your own domain name and web hosting. So let me show you what we're gonna do right now. So first you get your free domain name and we will get web hosting. What is a domain name? A domain name is the address of your website. Web hosting is a special computer that's turned on 24/7 that contains all your files, all your emails, all your images, all the content on your website. So with your free domain name and web hosting, you are visible on the internet. Then we will install WordPress, and WordPress is completely free. It's the best tool to create a website without having to know anything about coding because WordPress is doing all the hard stuff for you. And then we will create our web shop using WooCommerce. And for the website we will make, people can charge thousands of dollars, but I will show you for free how you can do it yourself. If you already have a domain and web hosting, you can do 2 things. You can migrate your current website to this amazing web hosting platform. I have a tutorial here that can show you step by step how you can do that. And if you already have installed WordPress, you can skip step 2 and go directly to step 3. And I will show you right now where you need to go in the tutorial in order to follow along from that point on. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. If you already have a domain name and web hosting, you can skip this part. If you don't have a domain name and web hosting, you can go to webhosting60.com, hit enter. Then we click here to go to Hostinger. Throughout the years, I've been searching for the best web hosting companies that are also affordable. And then I came across Hostinger. I'm already using them for 5 years and I love it. And I'm not the only one. If you take a look at the reviews on Trustpilot, you see that all people are also really excited about Hostinger. And if you take a look at the Google Trends, Hostinger is taking over the web hosting industry. They're getting more and more popular. Why? Because their web hosting quality is top-notch and they are affordable. So I can click over here. And there are 3 plans, and let me make it really easy for you to make the right choice. When it comes to site speed, the premium plan has SSD storage, which is fast, but with the business plan, you have NVMe storage. That's up to 5 times as fast as SSD storage. So when you're getting started, I would go with the business plan. Why not the cloud startup? Because you can always upgrade later. So when you've made 30 websites in your business plan, okay, then it would be a great idea to upgrade to the cloud startup. But if you're getting started, I recommend the business plan. So what does the business plan have? Over here, you can have up to 100 websites. It's really easy to install WordPress with a few clicks. You have 200 gigabytes of NVMe storage, so it's fast. And you have enough space to create a lot of websites. You get a free domain with other web hosting companies that costs around $20. Here you get it for free. And if you already have web hosting somewhere else, there is a free automatic migration tool that can migrate your website from your current web hosting provider to Hostinger. Of course, you have free email, free SSL, which will make your website secure. Daily backups, so if you somehow mess up your website, you can restore a backup from the day before or the day before that. There's free CDN, which makes your website fast in any place in the world. And with your free domain, you also get free domain privacy. What does it mean? Normally, when you register a domain, all your information that you fill in, your address, your phone number, will be visible on the internet. And companies can start to send you emails like, hey, I can make a website for you, I can make a logo for you. And when you have domain privacy, that information is hidden. And with other web hosting companies that cost money, but here at Hostinger, it is free. And to make it even better, let's scroll up. You get a 30-day money back guarantee. So it's risk-free. If you somehow don't like the service, you can get your money back. No questions asked. So I will go with the business plan. So I click on choose plan. And then we see this page. Let me zoom in a little bit. So over here we can decide for how long we want to go for web hosting. It's really simple. The longer the period, the more discount you get. So if you go for 48 months, you get web hosting for 48 months for just $3.99. After 4 years, you can renew and then you pay $8.99 per month. If you would go for 12 months, you will still pay $3.99 per month. After the 12 months, you start to pay $11.99 per month. So the longer you go with web hosting, the more discount you get. And when you go for 48 months, you get 3 months for free. So you save a lot of money, and I can give you some extra discount. If you click over here, have a coupon code, and you fill in Ferdy and click on apply, you get an extra discount, and the total discount is 74% for the coming 4 years. But also if you go for 12 months, you get the same discount. If you want to go for 12 months, you just have to pay $43.09 for a free domain and a whole year of web hosting. This is crazy. So if you know for which period you want to go, you can click on continue, and then you can create an account. You can use Gmail, or you can use an email address and a password. So I will go for it's me@ferdy.com, and I need to create a password, and then I click on continue. Then I have the billing address. I can fill this in later. You don't have to fill this in, only the country. So I will leave this empty for now. And if we add company details, so I say my company name over here, my VAT number, the amount of taxes you have to pay will be subtracted from the total amount you have to pay. Then I click on continue, and I can choose my payment method. And based where I come from, I see certain payment methods. So if you're from another country, it can be that you see your local payment method over here. That's what I really like about Hostinger. So to give you a summary, you get 12 months of web hosting for $43.09. You get daily backups, you get a free domain name, setting up everything is free, and you get free domain privacy protection. So the total amount I have to pay is $43.09. So I will choose credit card. We can also choose PayPal, Google Pay, something else. I will go for credit card. I will fill in my details over here. And then I click on submit payment. Awesome. I want to congratulate you with your web hosting plan. What we're going to do now, we're going to install WordPress, and then we're going to choose our domain name. So I can click over here if English is not our main language and look at how many languages there are. There's so many more than the last time when I checked. So if you see your language over here, you can select it and then you can continue in your own language. I will continue in English. So for who is this website? This website is for myself or my business. I click on next. Do you want to create or migrate a website? I want to create a website from scratch. So I click on create website. Next. How do you want to build your website? I want to use WordPress. So I click on next. And now I need to create the login details for my WordPress account. So my WordPress admin email is this one. I create a password. Then I click on next. I want to create a blank site. So I click over here. It is time to choose our domain. And the great thing is you can get a free domain name with the web hosting plan. But what you also can do, instead of getting a free .com domain, you can get a .store domain. Why should you get a .store domain? Since we're going to sell products on the internet, I guess we want to make as much sales as possible. Well, statistically, it has been proven that websites with a .store domain name get twice as high in the search results of Google and get 87% more traffic. That means that you almost get 2 times as much visitors when you get a .store domain name versus a .com domain. Why is that? Well, if people see a .store domain in the search results and they are planning to buy something, they immediately see, hey, this is a web shop. So that's what makes it better. Of course, I leave it up to you. You can get your free .com domain name or you can get a .store domain name. So let me show you how you can get that. And now I can choose a domain. So I search for Ferdy Korpershoek. That's my full name. And if I scroll down, look at this. ferdykorpershoek.store. That's what I want. And for the first year, less than $1. This is crazy. With other web hosting companies, you can pay up to $50, $100. Here, the first year, less than $1. So I select it over here. ferdykorpershoek.store is still available. So I click on next. Do I buy this for personal use or for my company? For my company, so I click on next step. Then I will fill in the information over here. And then I click on finish registration. So it's registering the domain. And now you need to think about the people you want to reach. Where are they living? If they live in Europe, you can select France or the United Kingdom. If they live in the United States, you can select one of those two. I go for the United States, so I click on next and WordPress will be installed right away on our brand new domain name, our .store domain name. And now we are on our website, but what we see is that right now, this is a temporary domain. So we can go back to Hostinger, login. Then I want to go to websites, websites list. And I select Ferdy Korpershoek.store and then I go to the dashboard. And then it says over here, your domain is connecting. Your site will be accessible when this process finishes. So what you can do, you can wait until your website is live, your .store domain, this one in my case, or you can configure everything you want to do. So you can continue with the tutorial. It's up to you. And then when your domain is live, you can go directly to your domain instead of your temporary domain. So I leave it up to you. I would leave this open and then every 10 minutes or every hour, refresh the page. Check when your website is live. And when it's live, it will become green over here and it will say your website is live. So I will wait and then we'll be back with you. It's now 20 minutes later. Let me refresh the page. Command R in my case, or F5 on the PC. And what you'll see, look at this. It is secure and our website is live. There's no more temporary message. So if I click over here, we see our website that is live. So if I click over here, we are redirected to the WordPress admin area. And now we can work on our own domain name that is live on our website. So what you see over here is the backend of WordPress. This is where we can adjust our website. If I click over here, I see the front end of my website. This is what people will see when they enter our website. And it looks okay, but of course we're gonna make it look so much better. And because we are logged in, we see this bar over here. Other people that are not logged in, they don't see this bar. With this bar, we can navigate from the front end to the back end by clicking here. So now I want to close the other two tabs. This is the back end of our website. This is the front end. On the back end of our website, we can adjust our website. We can create blog posts. We can add videos, images, PDFs. We can create the homepage, the contact page, the About Us page. We can moderate comments when people have a comment on a blog post or a product we have. We can change the look and feel of our website with themes. We can add extra functionalities to our website. We can add other users that can do things for us on our website. There are WordPress tools and there are settings. So congratulations, you're live now. I like to work in a cleaned up environment, in a tidy space, also with my office, not only with my office, but also with WordPress websites. The more clean it is, the more productive I can be productive. So let me show you how you can clean up your WordPress website. We're going to do a few things in the backend. And meanwhile, we're going to configure a few things so we are ready to work really efficiently. Let me show you how. Now I want to configure our website in a way that we can work more efficiently. How can we do that? Well, the first thing, I want to dismiss this message. Then I want to go to the screen options and uncheck everything. So the overview of our dashboard will be clean. Of course, afterwards, I want to install Google Analytics. So I see an overview of the visitors of my website. And if I have a web shop, I want to see the amount of sales. But for now, I want to leave it empty. Then I want to go to the website, to the front end. There's one blog post that will come with every WordPress installation. And in this case, it is here. Hello world. If I click on it, it says my domain /index.php, all that stuff. I want that to look better. So I go to the backend, to settings, permalinks. And there I want to change the custom structure to post name. So I'll see my domain.com or .whatever / and then the name of the posts. So I click on save the changes. Now I go to my website. I click over here. Now as you see, it just says / hello world. That's so much better. Then I go over here, howdy Ferdy Corp. I click on edit profile. I want to scroll down. I want to fill in my first name, last name, and then change the display in name publicity to Ferdy Korpershoek. And now it says howdy Ferdy Korpershoek. If you want to have an image like this, let me save it first, update my profile. I scroll down. You can change or create your profile picture on Gravatar. So you need to open this link. Then you can sign up, leave your email address, which should be the same as on your website, and upload an image. And that will be displayed over here and over here. Okay, over here at the admin color scheme, we can change the look and feel of the backend, the colors. So I can click over here. It will be light, modern, blue, ocean, etc. You can choose something you prefer, and I prefer the default one. Let's go to posts. I want to select all the posts, even though there's only one, and I click on bulk actions, move to the trash, apply, go to the trash, empty the trash. Then I go to pages, select all pages, bulk actions, move to the trash, apply, and at the trash, I want to empty the trash. Then I want to go to plugins, select all plugins, bulk actions, deactivate, apply, select again, bulk actions, delete. I want to start from scratch with no plugins. Of course, we can add plugins later, but right now I want to start with nothing. Now, if I go to my dashboard, it looks so much cleaner already. Then I want to go to the settings, general, and make sure that over here in my WordPress URL, it says HTTPS and not HTTP. If there's no S, you can add it over here. And also over here. And then scroll down and save the changes. If you need to change it, you need to log in again. Go back to settings, general, and I scroll down. You can change the site language. You can change the time zone. Well, if I say I'm from the Netherlands, so if I focus on people from the Netherlands, I can just say AMS, Amsterdam. I search the city that is in my time zone, and then automatically everything will be synced to the right time zone. Then there's the date format. I like to prefer the upper one. You can change it to another one or have a custom one. The time format, I like to use PM in capitals. My week starts on Monday. So I click on save the changes. Great. WordPress works with WordPress themes. What is a WordPress theme? A WordPress theme decides the look and feel of your website. So the content of your website, the title, all the products you have will be the same, but how it will be displayed, the colors and stuff, that will be different depending on the theme you use. There are free themes and there are premium themes, and every theme has their own functionalities. Well, the great news is that there are free themes with amazing free features. So in this tutorial, I will talk about a free theme and use free features, but let's dive a little bit deeper into the subject of WordPress themes. If we go to the website, this is how it looks. And it has everything to do with the theme we are using. A theme decides the look and feel of your website. So if I go to the backend to themes, I can choose a different theme. This one is 2025. If I go to 2024, and I activate it by clicking here and I go to the website, I have the same content, the title, but a different look and feel. And in that way, every theme has their own functionalities. And there are free themes and premium themes, paid themes. And I want to work with a free theme. Well, there are free themes that even can give you pre-made websites. And in order to get that, we go to ferdy.com/Astra, the Astra theme. I hit enter. Here we see a lot of pro versions. I want to make use of the free version. Let me see. Here's the free version. You can click on it. You can fill in your details, or what you can do, you can close this and go to the backend to appearance, themes, add a new theme. And usually it will appear over here, but you can also search for it over here, Astra. And there it is, the Astra theme. I click on install. Then I click on activate. Awesome. And here it says build your dream site in minutes using AI. Let's get started with starter templates. I want to use starter templates, so I click over here. Or if you cannot find this somehow, you can go to Astra, click on it. And then over here we see starter templates. I click over here. I want to install a plugin that will create the starter templates area for us. So I click on install and activate. Now we can choose if we want to use the AI website builder or the classic starter template. I have a tutorial about this. You can search on YouTube for website with AI Ferdy zip WP. Here, tutorial how to make a website using AI, using this feature. I want to go with the classic starter templates, more than 300 templates, 300 websites that you can choose from. I click on build with templates. I want to make use of the Elementor page builder, in my opinion, the best free page builder for WordPress. So if I scroll down, I can see a lot of templates. I prefer to narrow it down because I want to create a web shop. So I click on eCommerce and then we see all the eCommerce templates. There are free ones and premium ones. We're going to focus on the free ones. So it can depend on what kind of look you want to have. It can depend on what kind of products you want to sell. If you want to sell organic products, you could go with this one. WordPress plugins and themes, you can use this one. So I just scroll down, and if I see something I like, I want to sell clothes, for instance, I can use this one, but that is premium, so I prefer to go for a free version. Oh, for instance, this one. Oh, wow. Fashion designer. I click over here. This is how it looks. I can browse or scroll. Nice. I can upload my own site logo. Right now, by default, we see this one from the template. I can change the fonts, as you see. I like the default one. I can change the color palette. And then we'll see it in the whole website that it changes. So that's really nice. I want to use the default one. And then I click on continue. What do I want to include? By default, the page builder, contact form, and eCommerce tool are included, which is WooCommerce, the best plugin to turn your WordPress website into a web shop, and website emails and SMTP. I leave that on. If you want to have more things like donations, sales funnels, you can turn them on. I like it the way it is right now. So I click on continue. Tell a little bit about yourself. My name is Ferdy. This is my email. I consider myself to be a beginner and I'm building my website for myself, not for a client. Share non-sensitive data. No, thank you. I understand everything. This will overwrite your current website. Keep that in mind. So if you already have a complete website, I would not do this. But if you're starting out like I do in this tutorial, then you can say, I understand. Let's go. And then you click on submit and build my website. This can take a minute, so we have to be patient. And that is a beautiful, beautiful animation. It took less than a minute. I can view my website. And as you see at my website, ferdykorpershoek.store, which I just created, our website is live. So we can browse. If I click over here, I can add it to the cart. I can view the cart. I can scroll down and proceed to the checkout, fill in my details, and then it says I cannot pay. So we're going to talk about a few more things in order to make our website work. The first thing I want to do, if I take a look over here, a really important aspect of your website is the site title. So let me show you how to come up with an amazing site title for your e-commerce store. It says, check out my WordPress website. So I want to change the title. This is from Calvin Quinto. So what I can do, I can go to the backend by clicking here. I scroll down, I go to settings, general, and then over here at the site title, I can say Calvin Quinto, and then party wear for women. Then I want to save this. So I click on save the changes. Then I want to add a site icon because right now we see this. If I would go to tesla.com, I see the T. If I go to apple.com, I see the Apple logo. So I also want to create something over here that represents my company or my website, my brand. So what I will do, I will go to the site icon, choose a site icon. That's the icon that will appear over here instead of this small world. I click over here. I go to the media library and there are already a lot of images that came with the template. So I want to choose this one. It is square. It is already the cropped fave icon. So that's perfect. I want to use that one. If I click on set a site icon and I save the changes, and then I go to the home page, look at this. CK Calvin Quinto party wear for when party wears. I should say party wears, not wear. So I go back to the backend, settings, general. And by the way, this can look overwhelming, but the more you work over here, the easier it becomes to navigate. Party wears. There you go. Save the changes. So I hope you're really happy with your web shop. In my opinion, it looks amazing. Let me show you how we can adjust things in our theme. The next thing, if I go to the website, this looks really beautiful, submenu. And what I see, if I hover over here, I don't see any hovering animation. I want to have a different background, for instance, when I hover over here. In order to create that, I go to the customizer. By the way, it can be if you use a different theme or a different template that you don't have that problem. I want to show you how you can fix this. So what I can do, I can click over here, go to design, submenu container. Okay, that sounds great. There it is. The background. When you hover it, or by default, it's white. If I hover over it, let's do this one. Great. This one, I can make it the same. I think it's too dark. So what I prefer is a lighter variation. Yeah, so you see a difference, but not too much. So that's what I like. And that's how you can change things. And since we're here, look at this. There's this area, the search area. I can bring it to the right. And if I release it, look at this. There you go. So accounts, card, socials. I don't want socials, so I click over here, close it. If I want the logo to be at the left, I can do it. I can drag the menu to the right. So that's how you can change things if you want to. Really easy to do that using the Astra theme. If you don't want to show the summer sale, you can get rid of it by closing it. And if you close everything in one line, it will not be there anymore. So it's gone. So that's how you can change things over here. So there is WordPress. WordPress makes use of WordPress themes. We already talked about that, but there are also page builders. So when you have WordPress and a WordPress theme and a page builder, that's everything you need. Of course, there are also plugins, but to build the structure of your website. And right now we imported a pre-made template that's made with the Elementor page builder. In my opinion, the best free page builder there is. So let me show you how you can adjust things using Elementor, because of course this is a template. I think you want to adjust the content because this is not exactly what you want to sell. So let me show you how you can use Elementor to adjust the content of your website. If you want to change the homepage or any page, click on Edit with Elementor. I close this, and then if I don't want to have a certain area, I can click on it. I can get rid of it by deleting it. I can drag it around, place it on top. I can say Command Z, it will go back. I can change the text over here. Beautiful long sleeve dress collection. If there's anything I don't want to show, so for instance, I want to show only 2 testimonials, I can do it like that. That's how easy it is to adjust things. If I click on publish, I click on the eye, I see the result immediately. So right now it says party. Whereas if I would say over here, party with 2 Y's, publish, I don't have to refresh it. Automatically it changes. So that's a really nice way to work. If you want to learn more on how to work with Elementor, you can go to YouTube and search for how to make a WordPress website Ferdy. Hit enter. I recently uploaded a new tutorial 1 month ago on how to create a website using Elementor. By default, using this pre-made template, I am working with the currency dollars, but maybe I want to sell in Europe, or maybe I want to sell somewhere else where there's a different currency. So let me show you how you can change the currency of your e-commerce store. If I want to change the currency, right now it's in dollars, I can go to the backend. Then I can go to WooCommerce settings. First of all, you should add the address of your website over here. And then the countries you want to sell to all countries. Maybe you want to sell to specific countries. And then if we scroll down further, I can change this to something else. For instance, euros. Then I can change the 1000 separator to a point and the decimal separator after the comma to a comma. And if I save the changes, and I go to the website, now it is in euros. In euros, there's a space in between the euro sign and the number. So I can go back again to WooCommerce settings, scroll down, and then currency position left with space. Save the changes. And there you go. So now it's in euros with a separator. So again, I can go to any product. This is how beautiful it looks. I can add the product to the cart. I can view the cart. I can update the cart. So maybe I don't want to have this. I close it by clicking here. I can apply coupon codes. If I'm ready to buy, I click on proceed to the checkout. Everything looks really beautiful. I can fill in my details over here. When you ship products to your clients, of course, there are shipping costs. Well, those can be calculated automatically on your website, but we need to set it up once. So let me show you how to set up your shipping cost. What you can do, you can go to ferdy.com. Click over here on the search icon and search for WooCommerce tutorial. Hit enter. And then you see over here the WooCommerce tutorial. I click on it. Here's the complete WooCommerce tutorial. More than 5 hours. And then over here, there's the shipping tutorial. So if you click over here, you can create shipping calculations automatically. So based on how much people pay and where they live, shipping can be decided automatically. So everything will be put on autopilot in your shop. So if you want to learn how to add shipping, if you're selling physical products, then you can watch this tutorial. Another really important aspect of your website is letting people be able to pay on your website. So they buy a product and they can pay for it. Let me show you how we can configure that on our website. If you want to add payment methods, which is probably the case, you can create a Stripe account by clicking here. Hi guys. I show you how to create a Stripe account. And when you've done that, then you can go to the back end. You already see it over here. You're almost there. Connect your Stripe account and start accepting payments. What I want to do, I go to the screen options over here, turn everything off. So it's the overview it looks like this, which is better in my opinion, less crowded. Then I go to plugins, add new. And I search for Stripe for WooCommerce. Then over here, I click on install now. Activate. It's also created by Automatic, the same maker of the WooCommerce plugin. So there's a cool, it really works together really well. Now, what I can do, let me see. WooCommerce Stripe Gateway, I click on settings. There it is. Create or connect an account. Well, I just showed you how to, if you want to create an account, you can watch this tutorial. And I will show you how you can connect it. So I click over here. My Stripe email address, my password. Okay, this is my account. I click on connect. So my website will be connected with my Stripe account so I can receive payments through Stripe. Okay, over here, I can enable Stripe. I can also enable the test mode. Let's do that so we can do a real order or a real test order. I scroll down. And over here, account details, payment is enabled, payout is enabled. So when people pay, the money goes to my bank account. Only the webhook is disabled. We need everything to be enabled in order for everything to work. So I need to click on configure connection. And then over here, configure webhooks. Webhooks make sure that your website is really connecting with your Stripe account. That's it. Oh man, everything's so much easier than a few years ago. So if I would refresh this. Everything is enabled. Then I go to the payment methods, credit card. If you want to turn on others, you can turn them on over here. I click on save the changes. Then I want to click on store coming soon. Wait, let me save it. There you go. Store coming soon. Okay, leave. I want to bring this to a live website. Save the change. So the test account is live. So if I go to the website and over here, I click on view card. Then I click on proceed to the checkout. We can also pay over here. I can fill in my details. Here you can see we can also pay with Google Pay and pay with certain link. So let's fill in some details. Additional information, no thank you. I can pay with credit card, and here you see it's in test mode, so I can just paste this everywhere. Only this one, 26. Okay, or I can pay with Ideal. I click on place order. And since we're in test mode, it will see, we can see if it's really working. Thank you, your order has been received. So here's my order confirmation email as a buyer. And I, as an administrator, also get an email like, thank you for your order. If you want to learn how to change this look and feel, because we can make it so much better, then you can search on YouTube for WooCommerce order email Ferdy. There you go, on how to make it look so much better in the style of your website. And I, as an administrator, also get an email. So if I would go to the website, what I will see here at WooCommerce orders, that I got an order. Right now it's in process. So I can click on it. Now I can gather all the things they have bought. So I see over here what they've bought. I can grab it. I can send it to this address. And when I've done that, I can change the status from processing to completed. And when I do that and I click on update, I get another email as a buyer over here. Thanks for shopping with us. Hey Ferdy, we have finished processing your order. And over here I can change the text, and that's what I'll show you how to do in the other tutorial about how to make this better. So I can say, hey, we fulfilled or finished your order, processing your order, and you can receive it within a few days. Only thing I have to do, I have to change the test mode to a real mode. And if the test mode is working, the only thing I have to do, go to settings, to payments, go to the active payment method, click on manage, and then change here at the settings from test mode to the real mode. Save the changes. So now if I open this in an incognito window, I can go to accessories. I want to buy this one for my wife. Beautiful. She can clean the floor with it. I can pay at once. Let's try that. And if I sign in and I pay, automatically the address that is linked with this Google account will be the shipping address. So that can save us a lot of time. I want to add this to the cart. View the cart. Proceed to the checkout. And now I have to pay with real money. So let me fill in my details again. Let's do this one this time. So this for real. So if I click on pay with Ideal, I click on place order, I will be redirected to this payment method. And now if I scan this and I pay this amount, I, as a website owner, gets an email. Hey Ferdy, there's a new order for you. This product needs to be shipped to this address. And when people pay, that money goes to my Stripe account, and that money goes in a few days to my real bank account that is linked with my Stripe account. So in that way, We have set up a beautiful website in a short amount of time. And now it's a matter of adjusting the images, adjusting the content. So we're getting further and further. I hope you like the tutorial. Now it's a matter of adding products to your website because we use a pre-made website. So let me show you how you can add different kind of products to your website. There are 6 different kind of products you can add: a simple product, a variable product, a digital product, a digital downloadable product, an affiliate product, and a grouped product. I'm going to talk about all those if you want to. There is a separate video for that. I will show you where it is. And then we can add every product on our website so people can buy it and everything will be on autopilot. Everybody will be happy and we'll make the world a better place. Wow, that's deep stuff. Sorry, I'm tearing up. Wow. Wow, that touched my soul. Okay, so let me show you how you can add products to your website. If you want to learn how to add products, you can go to this page, search for WooCommerce tutorial when you're at ferdy.com. And click over here. You can click on this tutorial. Then you can go to more. And there are 6 different kind of products you can create in WooCommerce. And over here, I'll show you which one, how you can follow each one. So create your first product, create a simple product, then create a variable product, a virtual product, a digital downloadable product, an affiliate product, a group product. We'll talk about upsells and cross-sells. So if you want to learn more, we'll talk about taxes, auto taxes, legal pages. That will go more in depth in what you can do if you want to create certain products in your website. So if you want to create a simple product that only has one option, you can just click over here and now I'll go through all these settings. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you want to learn more about WooCommerce and about creating products and about shipping and everything that comes looking around the corner when you're creating a web shop, I think we covered everything. This tutorial is less than an hour. If you want to go more in depth, then there is a tutorial you can follow. You can go to ferdy.com and search for WooCommerce tutorial. We've seen it already in the tutorial. And then click on that tutorial. That tutorial is 5 hours long, but this is a great shortcut to get your website up and running. Let me know what you think of the tutorial. If you like it, please like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you have feedback from me, please give it to me. This is a new office. This is a new way of making tutorials. Normally I like to go in depth, but this time I thought like, hey, let's make a tutorial on how to create a web shop in 1 hour. If you miss something or if there's any feedback you have, please let me know. I want to learn. I want to become better in what I do. And I wish you the best of luck in selling things through your website. God bless you. He does. Bye-bye.